Hey lovelies, Brains here, same night. I'm just kind of in the mood to do videos. My husband is playing darts as he normally does on Tuesdays, and I thought about going this week, but it's at this really crappy bar that I don't like. It's just a bleh atmosphere. Like, it's like an old man bar. If you're an old man watching this, which is I don't know how to take that, but I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just like a really smoky, rundown bar. I'm gonna quit talking about it. But the real point of my video is not about old, musky bars. It is actually about this phenomena that's been going on for some time. A phenomenon about black-eyed kids or black-eyed children. So I thought I would tell you guys a little bit about that. Ultimately, what they are is people have been seeing kids that come to their door, car, and are being asked to let in, and they have black eyes. They have a few other important traits, which I'm going to explain here in a second. Primarily, they've been kind of scattered. Like, I saw one sighting or encounter, rather, in Texas. I've seen a lot up by, like, Oregon, Washington, the West Coast. And I've seen a few on the East Coast and several in the Midwest. So there's not any particular pattern or place that these creatures, I'm going to call them, are. And ultimately, they look like children. They typically look like they range in age from like 8 to 15. And from most of the encounters that I've read about, you get a knock on your door, and you'll see 1 to 2 children. And they're really pushy about being let in. They're also known that they're really mature for their age, and they often say that they're lost or they need to use your phone, or can they get in your car so you can give them a ride to their mom's house, but they don't seem worried. Obviously, you would think if a kid was lost, because most of these happen in rural locations, so if a kid was lost in the woods in Oregon and they found a house, you think they would be pretty scared and crying. And they always seem to be looking down, and then when they look up, the people notice that their eyes are completely black, with no color whatsoever, like the blackout or sclera contact lenses. Which, it's been one theory that these are kids that are pulling a prank, which seems pretty elaborate for an 8-year-old to do, but with the technology and the stuff kids watch these days, that honestly wouldn't surprise me if 1 or 2 of these weren't pranks. I think it would be hard for most kids to hold that character for a long period of time, but what do I know? So that's ultimately what happens in almost every one of these encounters. Now, no one really knows what they are, and no one knows, there's only one encounter where someone actually let them in and lived to tell about it, or reported it, but some people say they're vampires. And a lot of vampire movies like Fright Night, he has to be invited in, and typically that's how it's supposed. I know in some vampire legends, like, you have to let them in before they can come in. It's also said that it could be demons, which are kind of the same way. You have to actually invite them into your home, or they're just ghosts. No one really knows what they are. It ranges anything from aliens to demons to vampires. I truly don't even have any idea of what they are because I've never encountered one. But on the encounter where someone let them in, they asked to use her phone, and she invited them in, and she just felt disoriented, and she passed out and woke up, and the children were gone. So she didn't have any, like, visible signs of being hurt, but yeah, that's all that happened. But they're just, if you tell them no, or if it seems like they can tell that you're not going to buy it and let some strange children into your house, they get very pushy. Now, obviously they can't attack you because you have to invite them in first. But they will just, like, sit outside the door or outside of the car, like, bang on the door, bang on your windows, things like that. Just real forceful. So, what do you guys think about this? What do you think they are? I don't really know what they are. I'm kind of leaning to something more malevolent than anything to me, but I don't know. It's really creepy. Like, it makes me never want to visit the West Coast, which kind of sucks because I would love to live out there one day. Over there. I'm in the Midwest now, so that would be cool. But I don't really know what they are. I don't know what to think about them. So, if you have any idea, or if you've had an encounter, do leave a comment, or you can send me a private message on YouTube. Honestly, the best and quickest way to get a response out of me is to like my Facebook page and message me, because I would say probably 10 times out of 10, I'm going to respond, and I'll, if I'm busy, I'll just say, I'm sorry, I'm busy, so don't be offended by that. Because unfortunately, believe it or not, I do have somewhat of a life outside of YouTube. But there wasn't any really predominant encounter that really stuck out to me. A lot of them were pretty vague, which this could all be some myth that started. It could be something that someone created. There's a lot of YouTube videos out there that are like hours long, and I can't think of the guy's name, but he's evidently seen these, and he goes on and talks about them, and is like warning people of this strange outbreak of them. So, kids knock on your door if you don't know them. Don't let them in. I wouldn't. I'm just saying. Black guys or not, I don't know. Depends on the circumstances. But, yeah, I think I'm done blabbering about that. If you guys have any more questions, maybe something that comes to mind that maybe I just forgot to talk about black-eyed kids, black-eyed children, whatever you'd like to call them, let me know, and I'll try to find out for you, or I might just know it off the top of my head, because I'm one of those people who's just filled with bits of useless knowledge, like Jeopardy knowledge. Like, no one needs to know that information unless you're on Jeopardy. That's the kind of information I'm filled with. So guys, really, I'm done rambling. Comment, like, subscribe, stay spooky as usual, guys. Bye.